Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurus Moth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Zartan figure. Now, this is an interesting one because I don't know what the opposite of nostalgia is, but that's kind of what I got going on here. I don't remember particularly caring for Zartan, either the character or the character design. However, when I saw this come up, like when they showed the promo shots for this and it went up for pre-order, I was just all in. I love the updates they made to the character, and part of that might just be maturing and my taste changing and stuff like that too. So without further ado, let's delve into the finer points. Let's do this. So let's kick things off with talking about aesthetics, and there's a lot to talk about here, so I'm going to try and keep this as concise as possible, and we'll see how I fare. As I said in the intro, I didn't really care for the character design in the original cartoon, like way back when I was single digits age, but I love this redesign. I think the colors they picked were just like dead on, and definitely makes it very, very appealing. And all the Classified Series figures have a ton of detail and love put into them, but I feel like Zartan in particular really has his character design has like a story to it, if you will. Being kind of cryptic about it, but I feel like the more you look at it, the more you see. And part of that is there's just a lot of texture, but it's not over-designed texture, and I can't tell you how much I love that. Like, textures and throwing in a bunch of different details is good, but I feel like I might be alone in this, but like suits for, say, MCU characters seem overly busy, or just busy for the sake of being more busy. This looks like everything has a purpose, and I like that. So, speaking of those textures, you get some cool like denim or like Kevlar textures here. You know, just something. It looks sturdy. It looks real. The armor plating looks legit, especially with the mix of mattes and glossy paints on there. You got a lot of detailing in the chest armor. You got the Dreadnought logo on the belt buckle, which is really cool and also painted. You got reptilian, like snake and crocodilian textures just everywhere. They're under his gauntlets here. It's kind of hard to see because it's all black, a little bit glossy. They're up here on the hood, and I think that's all I can think of at the moment. Beyond that, his boots, if you look closely, have this like I'm trying to focus in there. There we go. It's like a flame design there, and if you're around my age, you remember in the early 2000s when Hot Topic had all those types of boots. I kind of miss mine that I had like that, and that I thought was a cool touch. And I actually like just the shape of these boots anyway. They look sturdy, and they help him stand really well. Beyond that, he's got a sheath on the back, so again, more reptilian texture there. And beyond that, he has a little versatility, as he should, because he's a disguise. His specialty is disguise, so you can take the hood off, and the handkerchief comes off as well, so you can have him just as is. And it's not dead on, but I happen to think this face sculpt bears a passing resemblance to Zoog from Angel Spit, if you're familiar. Again, not dead on, but it kind of struck me a little bit when I first saw it. So that's kind of an added bonus, especially if you're a fan. And so that's the aesthetics. So for accessories, Zartan doesn't come with a ton, but I believe they do further what I was talking about earlier with the like visual storytelling in the character design. They're also just very succinct and appropriate. So starting off, we get a gun, blaster, whatever you want to call it. And then we get a knife, which is just an awesome design. I love this thing. I want one of those in real life. Then going on, we can go to the other stuff I showed earlier in the aesthetic section. So you get the handkerchief, which does come off, so I'll include that. I think that also came with the Cobra Troopers as well, just a different color. And his hood, fantastic detailing. Then you get these little charms, I guess. You get like a monkey's paw, which hasn't been wished on from the looks of it, and a snake head. which has the inside of the mouth painted, not completely, like not all the way to the front of the mouth, but I mean the fact they put paint there is pretty cool. And these can go on the backpack, which has 3 holes here, so these can be plugged into any of these. There's also a couple of holes on his belt that they can be put on, so again, you get options, and I like options. And while we're on the subject of the backpack, pretty brutalist design, gets the job done, has a couple of pegs for other weapons, again mixing and matching with other figures, plus it opens, and you got some nice detailing in there, very like high-tech looking, and there's this gap here which you can put the last accessory in, and that last accessory is another face, a disguised face with whited out eyes. A little creepy looking, but pretty cool, and it can go right in his backpack, fits in nice and snug. And then you close that up, and he joins the ranks of classified figures where you can just have everything on him at once. Absolutely love it. Okay, and moving on to articulation. There's nothing new here if you are familiar at all with the G.I. Joe Classified series, but still we're going to break it down. And obviously because of the different configuration here with the accessories, it's going to affect that, but not as much as you would think, and that's actually a pleasant surprise. So, getting him back to a neutral position here, we are going to start with the head, and you can get a whole lot of up because it's got that two ball joints, or the ball hinge and the ball joint at the bottom. You can get a whole bunch down, and I'm showing you with the hood because everything is possible in the hood, and you can actually get some really good expression with that on. With it off, looking all the way up, all the way down, and getting some good attitude in there too. So really well done, really happy with this one. The joints on mine are also super tight, which is nice. Arms, we can come up to 90. We got our bicep swivel. We have our double jointed elbows. We have our swivel and our vertical hinges on both hands. Excellent, keep doing that, Hasbro, please. Again, any weapon holding hand should be vertical hinge. Then we have our ab crunch, bringing us forward, arching way back, and then we got that joint here at the hips, so we can turn around that way and that way. Coming down to the legs, they are, as with the rest of the Classified series, drop down, so you can come all the way out, come down. Again, mine are tight, so you might see me fiddling a little bit here, trying to get it to work. I'm pretty much all the way straight forward. Not too much back, but most figures don't. We got our thigh swivel. We have our double jointed knees. We have boot cut. We have point. Not too much forward thanks to that armor. And then we have pivot. And that'll do it for articulation. And rounding things out with some size comparisons, first off, we can see him here with all the other Classified series figures that I have. Then here he is with some Marvel Legends. And some Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Finally, looking at some imports, we have SH Figure Arts and Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat. And then finally, let's look at Jurassic Park Amber Collection Velociraptor, because that's a fun combo, and me as an articulated Icons Ninja. I'm gonna fall over. So in closing, my final thoughts. Zartan is an insanely solid figure in an entire line of solid figures that is the Classified series. So if you are a fan of old school G.I. Joe, or you're just getting into G.I. Joe, or you're just collecting the Classified series and you had nothing previously coming into it, I'd highly recommend picking this one up. And as such, I will definitely have links in the description to where you can pick up your own. Probably most likely Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth, possibly other places. Beyond that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everyone who watches these videos. They're just fun to do, and it's really kind of an outlet for me. So if I'm giving some good information and being somewhat entertaining in the process, it makes me happy. So if you like what I do and you want to support further, you can like, comment, subscribe, and share, or any combination of those I'm happy with. And if you want to take it even a step even further than that, I will actually have links in the description for, I have a Ko-Fi, so if you want to throw me a few bucks for coffee or whatever, go for it. Also, I'm a musician. I record as Transdusk, so I will leave those links in the description as well for both my Spotify and my Bandcamp. And yeah, so thank you once again. I hope this has been informative and entertaining, and I hope you take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.